Atlanta was not ready for what went down last night. What was supposed to be just another iconic performance by two of the biggest names in hip-hop and R&B. Kendrick Lamar and SZA turned into something so unthinkable, so emotionally explosive that fans are still reeling with disbelief. We're talking screams, gasps, tears, and even some people fainting in the crowd. But that's not the real shocker. Because just minutes before their finale, Kendrick did something nobody, not even his inner circle, saw coming. And when SZA responded, the entire arena froze. Phones dropped. Security rushed the stage. People thought it was a stunt, until it wasn't. And what was captured by a few fans in the front row. It's now circulating online, going viral at speeds that even shocked them in the next few minutes. We're going to take you inside that stage, the glances, the whispers, the betrayal, and the one moment that changed everything. Because this wasn't just a performance, this was a public reckoning. And if you think you know Kendrick and SZA, think again, stay with us. The craziest part hasn't even been revealed yet. It all started with a collaboration that defined a generation. Kendrick Lamar, Pulitzer Prize-winning lyricist, politically charged, enigmatic, and Seville raw. Emotionally complex, have always shared more than just a label. Their chemistry was palpable from the very beginning. When All the Stars dropped in 2018, it wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural event. But behind the Grammy nominations and the fiery performances, rumors started to swirl. Backstage sources whispered about tension, about missed rehearsals, about jealousy. Kendrick didn't like how much attention SZA was getting. One anonymous insider told Hush Hollywood he was used to being the focus, but says she was becoming a force, and not everyone was thrilled about that. Then came the strange interviews. SZA would dodge questions about Kendrick. Kendrick, meanwhile, would barely mention her even when directly asked. The energy between them changed. Fans noticed. Their interactions felt cold, rehearsed, uncomfortable. Then last year, at a private TDE gathering in Topanga, the two reportedly got into a heated argument over a shelved joint album. They were screaming, said a source who overheard the fight. Like full-on yelling match. Something about broken trust, and you took my verse and twisted it. But the label, as they always do, kept it under wraps. Until last night. This wasn't just another tour stop. Atlanta was chosen for a reason. It's a city that thrives on raw energy, a place where artists come to prove something. And Kendrick and SZA, they both had something to prove. Their joint appearance had been teased for weeks. Fans waited outside the venue for days. Scalpers were charging up to $3,000 for floor seats. Social media was ablaze with theories. Were they reuniting? Dropping a surprise album? Or finally confirming those personal rumors? Nobody could have predicted what actually happened. The set started innocently enough. Kendrick stormed the stage in an all-black ensemble, backed by a full orchestra. His delivery was razor-sharp, his flow more aggressive than ever. He performed hits like DNA and Humble with a new kind of fire, one that felt ... personal then. Mid-set, the lights dimmed, a single spotlight, and SZA emerged. In a flowing scarlet gown, barefoot, hair wild, like something out of a dream. The crowd lost it. Screams, tears, chants of her name. The energy skyrocketed. They began with All the Stars. Their bodies dancing around each other. Their voices soaring, but their eyes never met. People noticed. It felt ... off. Tension crackled between them like electricity. Every move seemed choreographed to avoid one another. And just as the crowd began to feel the unease, everything shattered right after the final note of All the Stars. Kendrick turned to the crowd, mic still in hand. His expression, a chilling calm. Then he said it, I wasn't even supposed to perform this with her tonight. But sometimes you gotta face the lies head on. GASPSSZA's face went blank. She took a half step back, clearly stunned. The camera panned to her eyes, wide, mouth trembling. Kendrick continued, "For 5 years, I stayed silent. I let the internet say what they wanted. I let her play victim. But tonight, the truth gets its moment." The crowd screamed, some in confusion, others in anticipation. SZA tried to speak, but Kendrick raised a hand. "You think you know this woman. You think she's this innocent, heartbroken soul. Nah, she stole from me. Not just music. Not just trust. My story." Pandemonium. Security guards stepped closer to the stage. SZA, now visibly shaking, fired back, her mic live. "You're lying. You know that's not what happened. Tell them about the deal you made. Tell them how you ghosted me for months." She was in tears now, real tears. Kendrick's face twisted, almost in disbelief. "You want me to tell them, Solana?" "Fine." He turned to the crowd. "We were supposed to release a concept album. Dual perspectives, truth and emotion. I spent 6 months crafting my side. She got access to it. And 2 months later, she dropped CTRL Deluxe. And guess what? 3 of those songs were ripped straight from my unreleased material." A fan in the front row screamed, "Nitrogen monoxide way." SZA shook her head violently. "That's a lie. You gave me those verses." Kendrick laughed. But it wasn't amused, it was menacing. "Yeah, gave. Not for you to repurpose. Not for clout." Then, and this is where things went nuclear, Kendrick pulled out his phone on stage. He projected a screenshot on the massive screen behind them. A blurred-out conversation. This is from last year. Her team asking to clear my vocals from her unreleased track, Ghost Lines. I said no. And guess what? He swiped another screenshot the song. Uploaded anyway. Hidden under a fake SoundCloud name. Tagged under anonymous collaboration. You thought nobody would find it? You thought I wouldn't know my own bars? SZA's mic dropped. The crowd was dead silent until someone from the rafters yelled, "She did him dirty." And that's when she snapped. SZA rushed forward, grabbed her mic again, and screamed, "You want to play the victim now, Kendrick? After everything you did? Tell them about that night in Oakland. Tell them how you made me choose between my career and being your dirty little secret." The crowd exploded. Phones were recording from every angle. Twitter threads began forming live. Hashtag Kendrick exposed, hashtag SCA claps back, hashtag Atlanta Massacre 225. And then, the first twist. As security tried to separate them, Kendrick shouted, "Fine. Let's tell them everything, even about the child." The child gasps, didn't even begin to cover it. People were screaming. Some were crying. Fans were literally clutching each other in disbelief. SCA's eyes filled with rage. "You don't get to do that." Kendrick stepped back. "Then stop pretending you didn't hide." Fans began digging. Reddit sleuths pulled up a photo from early 2024 of SZA at an airport. Visibly emotional, clutching what appeared to be a small pair of baby shoes. No stroller. No child in sight. Another user claimed to have seen her at a pediatric clinic in LA in January, looking pale, withdrawn, and not saying a word. Then came the leaked hospital records, posted anonymously on a gossip forum. The documents showed a patient under the alias S. Rowe giving birth at Cedars-Sinai in October 22 to father not listed. Blood type matches Kendrick Lamar. The internet went into overdrive. Theories exploded. She had the baby, but gave it up. Kendrick paid her to keep quiet. There was a custody battle that went off the record. But then came the shocking reveal. A voice note, leaked, allegedly from Kendrick. Sent to his manager, she said if I even tried to see the boy, she'd go public. She'd ruin me. I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for the music, not some Lifetime movie. That voice note, verified by 2 separate sound engineers, one of whom had worked on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It was real, and it was devastating. Kendrick Lamar, often hailed as the moral compass of modern rap, was now exposed as a man who chose silence over fatherhood. Fans turned. Instagram comments flooded in. You rap about healing trauma while creating it, so you just ghosted your own blood. SZA tried to protect her son from you, and now you humiliate her on stage? And yet others defended him. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe she did manipulate him. We don't know the full story. The division online was immediate and vicious, but SZA, she vanished. No tweets, no posts, no public statements, until 6:36 a.m. The next morning, she posted a single story, a baby blanket stained with what looked like blood, captioned simply, "Gone." Just gone. The internet shattered. What did she mean? Gone where? Gone how? Was she mourning or accusing? And most disturbingly, was the child dead? The morning after Atlanta, the internet wasn't just buzzing, it was howling. Every corner of social media was ablaze, from Reddit deep dives to TikTok conspiracy threads. Each one more unhinged, more desperate, and more obsessed than the last dot. The hashtag Kendrick and SZA had hit 2.3 billion views overnight. News outlets were scrambling for crumbs, while fans were doing full-scale investigations like a digital FBI. Screenshots of SZA's story, the baby blanket stained with what looked like blood, were being reposted with captions like, "She's telling us the baby's gone. This is a digital funeral. No way this is real." No way. Memes and theories coexisted in a chaotic swirl. Some joked Kendrick had lost the custody battle on stage. Others accused SZA of weaponizing grief. One viral TikTok stitched together her lyrics, from CTRL and SOS, into what the creator called a confession album hiding in plain sight. Then came the fake leaks. Dozens of burner accounts began posting what they claimed were court filings showing a hush agreement between Kendrick and SZA. One particularly viral post featured an obviously doctored image of Kendrick signing a check for $500,000, labeled Child Hush. Yet, despite how fake it looked, people believed it, because the atmosphere wasn't about facts anymore. It was about feelings: betrayal, suspense, anger, sympathy. Even celebrities began picking sides. Cardi B jumped on Instagram Live, saying, "I don't even know the full story. But if that's true, if he left her like that, that's crazy. But I don't trust no one in this industry. Everyone lying." Meanwhile, Tyler, the creator, simply tweeted a popcorn emoji. That single emoji hit 600,000 likes in 2 hours. More shocking still was a post from Rihanna, who wrote, "Been there. Stay strong, sis." It was retweeted so widely that hashtag StayStrongSCA started trending by noon. And then, to pour gasoline on the fire, an anonymous source close to Kendrick told the gossip site Rhyme Room, "This is just the beginning. There are receipts, real ones. And if SZA keeps pushing, everything will come out." That single line, "everything will come out," became a meme overnight. People edited it into videos, remixes, even Kendrick's own old interviews. It was as if the world had turned the scandal into an ARG, with everyone waiting for the next clue. But not everyone was laughing. Inside the music industry, things were moving fast. The label was in crisis mode. Contracts were being reviewed. Executives were holding emergency calls at 3 a.m. One insider leaked to Billboard, "This isn't just about 2 artists. There's NDAs, shared publishing, unreleased music. If this spirals, we're looking at lawsuits that could shake TDE to its core already. A high-profile festival in Europe reportedly paused negotiations for Kendrick and SZA's co-headlining slot, citing unforeseen circumstances. Streaming services subtly shifted their front pages, moving both artists' catalogs off the homepage carousel. Behind the scenes, a war of PR statements began. Kendrick's team issued a vague but ominous note. Mr. Lamar will address personal matters privately. At this time, he asks for respect for all involved. SZA's team said nothing, silence, and it was that silence that made people believe something even darker was hiding beneath. The fan reactions were more emotional than ever. Threads read like diary entries. I've loved Kendrick since 2012. This hurts so much. SZA saved me in college with her music. Seeing her like this is breaking me. Twitter Spaces with thousands of listeners ran all night, debating every possible angle. Did Kendrick try to see his son? Did SZA use the baby as leverage? Did the baby even survive? One viral comment summed up the collective hysteria. We're watching a real-life soap opera, but with Pulitzer winners and R&B queens. And then? A mysterious post appeared on X from the same @TheRealVault account that had leaked the DMs before. Tonight at 9 p.m. EST, the truth drops. Screenshots, audio, all of it. The post had 500,000 likes within an hour. People cleared their schedules. Live streamers set up countdowns. Reaction channels queued their videos. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was a digital spectacle, a cross between a crime thriller and a celebrity meltdown. Everyone wanted front row seats to whatever happened next. But just before 9 p.m., something even more shocking happened. SZA's mother posted a cryptic tweet. Not everything you see is real. Some people are playing a very dangerous game. No explanation. No follow-up. Fans went into overdrive. Was she hinting at a conspiracy? That Kendrick had fabricated evidence? Or that a third party was manipulating both of them? The comment section became a war zone. She's lying to protect SZA. This is a planted narrative from Kendrick's team. Y'all don't even know who's pulling the strings. And that's when, @TheRealVault, finally dropped the first file, a 47-second audio clip, allegedly of Kendrick and SZA on a phone call. Days before the Atlanta show, in it, Kendrick's voice could be heard saying, "If you don't tell them, I will. No more hiding." SZA's voice breaking, "You don't understand. He's not safe. None of us are." The audio ended abruptly with a loud click. The internet lost its mind. Who wasn't safe? Why wasn't he safe? And who was the he they were talking about? Was it the child? Was it someone else entirely? Nothing was clear anymore. And that uncertainty, that feeling that something much bigger, much darker was lurking, kept millions glued to their screens, waiting for the next bombshell. Just when the internet thought that chaos had peaked, it exploded again at 11:47 p.m., hours after @TheRealVault dropped the audio clip. A completely new account appeared on Instagram with the handle @TheChildSpeaks. No profile photo, no bio, just one post. A black screen with white text. Everything you've been told is a lie. I'm not gone. I'm not hidden. And I'm not who you think I am. The account hit at 1:14 a.m., Kendrick's verified Twitter account posted a single word. Enough. No context. No hashtag. Just enough. And at the same moment, SZA posted on her Instagram story a grainy black and white photo of herself in a studio booth, crying. Captioned, "He's trying to erase me." Both posts vanished within 10 minutes. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Podcasts went live mid-episode. Reaction videos hit YouTube within the hour. Then, a third blow landed. TMZ published a leaked email allegedly from a TDE executive. Sent the morning of the Atlanta show, warning, if either of them goes off script tonight, the whole operation collapses. Fans zoomed in on the header. It was real, verified, dated the day of the concert. But collapses how? What operation? Was this some kind of elaborate publicity stunt gone wrong? Or something darker, a cover-up of a real secret? By dawn, conspiracy channels were calling it the Atlanta Police Op. Twitter renamed the event the concert that killed music. Yet the most shocking moment was still to come. At 4:06 a.m., At The Child Speaks posted a second and final image. A contract. Between Kendrick SZA and a third name blurred out. The caption, "This isn't over. The one you trust most is the one who started it." And that was it. No more posts. No more lives, no more leaks. Silence. The ripple effects were immediate. Spotify quietly removed all the stars from a handful of major playlists. Billboard changed its cover story from the return of TDE to the implosion of TDE. A major festival canceled Kendrick's headlining slot citing artist welfare concerns. And still, the questions raged. Who was the blurred-out third name on that contract? Was there ever a real child? Was it all a metaphor for a lost album, or a real living person hidden from the world? Nobody knew. And that not knowing was the point. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. We're watching history. Not music history, celebrity history. This is bigger than gossip. This is the biggest cliffhanger of our generation. By sunrise, both Kendrick and SZA's social media accounts were wiped clean. No posts, no profile photos. No stories. Every trace of them vanished overnight, and in their absence, the mystery only grew stronger. Who's behind it? That Child Speaks? What operation was the executive talking about? Why did both artists scrub their accounts simultaneously? And most of all, what's coming next? Because if this really was just the beginning, as Ethereal Vault warned, then the real bombshell hasn't even dropped yet, and everyone fans. Haters, the entire industry is now holding its breath, waiting for the next domino to fall. What did we just witness? Was this the collapse of one of music's most powerful duos? Or the beginning of something even darker? Because if you've made it this far, you know. This wasn't just drama. This was a full-blown implosion, and nobody is safe from the fallout. Kendrick's silence. SZA's tears. That blurred-out third name on the contract. There are too many questions and zero answers. But now, it's your turn. Do you think there ever was a child? Or was it all a metaphor for something bigger? Whose side are you on, Kendrick SZA? Or neither? And what do you think that executive meant by the whole operation collapses? Scroll down right now and sound off in the comments. We're reading everything. Drop your wildest theories. Like this video if you were shocked even once. Hit that subscribe button because, trust us, this story is far from over. We've got insiders talking. We've got unreleased footage coming. And we've got a list of names that are about to blow this thing wide open. And in our next episode, let's just say someone very close to Kendrick is about to come forward. And they're not holding anything back. Because the truth. It was never about the music. It was about control. And this story. It's about to take a turn no one is ready for. We'll see you in the next one. And until then, trust no one. Trust no one.